up, though? What up, though? Shout out to all the AKs in the building. DP Johnson, Sadiq. I knew Sadiq was gonna be here. What's up with y'all, man? Yeah, man. Don't sound so down, y'all. I mean, I know a lot of y'all was pissed off when you saw the Eagles win the Super Bowl. We gonna talk about it, but don't sound so pissed off, man. It ain't that deep. You know, I'm gonna tell you why. But I see a lot of y'all crashing out against Eagles fans on Twitter, going in, talking shit, and I'm gonna tell you why that ain't really important. But what is in regards to what's going on is definitely going to get discussed, man. Agent Nine, Mike Type, missed you too, bro. My garage door. So I got my studios built in my. I moved to Jersey. Obviously, got to get away from those heathens of Philadelphia. But my garage door, I flung it open and broke it, and it was just freezing down here. So I was like, I'm not making no more content until they fix my garage door. So I had to get the door replaced fully, and they just finished it yesterday. So now I'm back. You know what I mean? But before that, I was like, I'm not going down there. It's freezing. Like literally, the air was just blowing the fuck in here. It's like it's too cool. I ain't doing that shit. But good afternoon, everybody. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. What's good? What's good? What's good? Everybody, man. It's enough of y'all. It's 20 of y'all in here. It's enough to talk. First thing I'm gonna do, man, before we even get into anything, I'm gonna be gracious and I'm gonna give my congratulations to the Eagles. You know why? They didn't beat us for the Super Bowl. They went. They represented the NFC well. They beat a team that obviously has a lot of controversy going on around it due to, I think, what the wife of the owner was doing. I think she was like paying off refs and shit like that. So I knew it was going to be more of an even game ref wise because the refs ain't going to want to touch that game after all of the scrutiny that they were under. It was going to be called, I thought, closer and down the middle. It went all the way the other way. Like the Eagles were just, taking over from the beginning, and then the mistakes that were made early. And I'm not trying to knock either one of them when I say this, but that game really reminded me of a Dak playoff game for Mahomes, right? You have a lot of pressure on you. You're pressing. The offensive coordinator, due to early mistakes, gets kind of out of rhythm because he didn't get an opportunity to get the runs in early. And you turn the ball over so quick, you can't even really build a drive and start running the football effectively. So you never really get the ball on the ground, so to speak, and run the ball. So there's no balance there. And then by the time you're so behind, you'll never balance the game out because you don't have time to run the ball anymore in the second half. So I think that's what happened. We've seen that a lot, especially in our playoff losses with Dak. Even those interceptions that were like kind of weird, fluky interceptions, we all know how that looks. So it was interesting to see when Patrick Mahomes is not getting the red carpet treatment, what he even looks like. And he's what we would argue the best quarterback in the game. And he had literally the worst football game, a worst Super Bowl game I've seen a quarterback have ever. It's funny that comes after the controversy with the refs, but it's still you still got to line up and play, and their offensive line couldn't do shit with the front four of the Eagles, which is why I made the video in the first place. Like, I'm not trying to take anything away from Hurts. He got the Super Bowl MVP. I won't talk shit about him I never really talk shit about him as a person or a player from a can he play standpoint. Like, he's trash, right? But he's still progressing. But you can't take anything away from a guy that's gotten to 2 Super Bowls, regardless of his progress and what he needs to do between the numbers. He got to 2 Super Bowls and won one already in his career. Even if he's a dud the rest of his career, he's immortalized. So you got to give him his credit where credit is due there. Cowboy fans on Twitter don't like hearing that shit, but I'm not a hater. I'm really not. I'm going to tell you, if you did good, even if you're doing good means you whoop my ass, I'll tell you, you did good because it's not about you. You know what I mean? It's about the way I'm going to hold it and the way I act. You know what I mean? It ain't because I'm in Philly. It's none of that. I would have said it regardless. It's just me being a coach. Sometimes a fighter might beat one of my fighters up. My fighter, I love them to death, right? Like family. So watching your family get their ass whooped and still going over to the other corner and saying, hey, good job. That's just being a good sport, being gracious. That's just the way I am. You know what I mean? But either way, like I said, gotta give Hurst his credit. But And there's a but. He's not the MVP of this game. Like Hurts obviously made plays when he needed to, but those plays were set up by that front four and that defense. The secondary might have made plays when they needed to, but those players were set up by what those guys up front were able to do because Fangio didn't blitz at all in that game, and we're going to look at a little bit of it. But to see that they didn't blitz at all and were able to cause that much havoc and pressure, it just makes you feel, excited about the fact or the factors. If we're able to keep a Micah Parsons here, we get another interior guy. If we don't keep Osa, but a guy that can just like pass rush or give Chauncey a shot to do that from the interior, and then get us a guy like Slam healthy on the other side of that with some kneeling behind him, and hopefully draft another bona fide pass rusher in the draft. It lets you know, like, hey, there's a lot that we can do if we're able to cause and wreak some havoc up front with Eberflus as well. I like what I saw defensively out of that Eagles game because, to be honest, I think a lot of the accolades go to the offense. If you look at all of the Super Bowls, my brother just pointed this out to me. Like most of the Super Bowls, I think our last Super Bowl though, Larry Brown got the MVP, so a defensive player actually got it. I think Tampa Bay's a defensive player, I forgot his name, but he got the MVP as well. But for the most part, it's always a quarterback, always. And I think by default they make it the quarterback. But in this game in particular, I look at a guy that I honestly was criticized on prior to him getting drafted, and that was Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter has caused so much attention or drew so much attention in this game. It was one-on-one for everyone else the rest of the game, right? And they were taking advantage of that, even though I don't think he got a sack. Everybody else did because of his presence. So the defensive line for the Eagles was definitely the MVP. You could have chose anybody you wanted to give it to on that starting line other than Jordan Davis, I think. You could have gave it to any of those guys or all of them collectively because that's who really won that game for the Eagles. Saquon didn't do it. Hurts didn't do it. He didn't turn the ball over very much, but he didn't have to carry that game. That game was dead the moment what's the kid's name? Got that pick six. I don't even remember his name. The young kid, young white kid, white DB. White DBs, man, they looking good over in the Eagles too. Blankenship and the other kid. You guys will say it in his name. Say his name in a second. He said, "I know it's hell. Probably living in Philly right now." To be honest, nah, not for me. I don't live in Philly no more either. I live in Jersey. But Cooper Jean, that's the name. Yeah, but nah, it's not really hell because you got to think about it from my perspective, right? From your perspective, you're surrounded by Cowboys fans, right? I never have been. I've always been surrounded by Eagles fans. So it's not hell to watch my family members and loved ones happy. I'm glad they're happy, right? I am. I ain't gonna front, right? It's good to see them excited, happy, and jovial about it. Um, and to be honest, it's like that energy when you watch a lot of negativity that goes on in Philly. That energy is not something that I'm going to ever shun because when the Phillies win, I'm happy. I'm out there with them. If the Sixers would have won something, I like the Sixers as well. I'm a Philly fan everywhere other than football, right? Even with boxing, I got a lot of friends here that are fighters. You know what I mean? So no, I'm not mad. It doesn't bother me. And then people don't really play with me like that for some reason. Like they don't call me with I have maybe two people that call me like, "Hey yo, y'all lost." But for the most part, they know I'm not gonna hate on you either. So it's like they don't call me with the bullshit. People don't really do that. They'll call and talk about the game. But and I'm gonna give you your credit. Like, y'all whooped their ass. You know what I'm saying? Y'all wasn't playing us. Y'all whooped their ass. So focus on that. So I don't get mad at that. That don't really bother me. So no, it hasn't been hell. Who said that? Judah. No, it hasn't been hell. It hasn't been that bad for me. He said Jimmy and Jerry together knew to grab how to grab the talent. Yeah, they did. AKOYE not a hater. He lives well no matter where he goes. Yes, I do. I'm gonna have fun wherever. That's just the way it is, Mike. How you a Cowboys fan from Philly? PJ, I guess you new here. I'm an Army brat, so my whole family from North Carolina, but I was born in Fort Hood, Texas. I came to Philly when I was like 5, maybe 4, so 5, something like that. And my uncles, all of my uncles are all Cowboys fans, and me and Emmitt Smith share a birthday, so I used to think I was going to be like the next Emmitt Smith when I was a young boy. So it's been in my blood ever since I was a little one. Before I even knew what football was, it was all Cowboys because of where they're from. They didn't have the Carolina Panthers back in the day, right? So they were all Cowboys fans down in North Carolina, and then I'm from Texas. So that's how it happened. And then I'm a fighter. So when I got here, when I first got to Philly, trust me, I done been in more fights over the Cowboys than any of y'all, I can guarantee. Because y'all get to hang around each other. You know what I'm saying? I don't get to hang around y'all. I go out and everywhere I go, I'm like a contrarian. I gotta deal with, the hate. But that's why I got tough skin, so I'm cool with it. But yeah, it's just like that. You know what I mean? That's just like that. That's how I became an a Cowboy fan in Philly, man. It didn't come by choice. It just I was grandfathered into it, and I got integrity. I don't switch up. You know what I mean? I don't switch up when the pitch up. That's it. That's just the way it is. So I stuck with it. King Reezy, what's up, bro? Yeah, I'm back. You already know, bro. You already know. He said, "I got you. You're a better man than me." Yeah. Look. Here my brother right here. See what I'm saying? What's up, man? Yeah, I mean, I know he hype as shit. Everybody was hype, like I said. He said, "I'm blocking family too." Loving Aries, what up, though? Yeah, how you? Dark Brown, like your name. Hertz has changed how a QB should be rated, not by 5,000 yards and 50 TDs, no ints, but how many wins. No. That's the bullshit right there. Because I think a quarterback, if you get exposed as a quarterback, yeah, you should be judged as a quarterback. Meaning, if you have a team or a system where the game or the game is run through you, and I know every quarterback, the game is semi run through them, but when you get to pretty much manage your way to a Super Bowl, it doesn't make you reevaluate the quarterback position. It doesn't make you think, hey, yeah, you can have a game manager and get to your quarterback. Get to the Super Bowl. And I'm not saying he's just a game manager. He does impact the game with his legs, and he does have a deep ball that's crazy. He's been finding the open man better this year too. But he wasn't the one having to carry this team. Like when you have, let's just face it, like be real. You got Lane Johnson, and then the biggest offensive line ever in the history of a Super Bowl. You got that going for you. Hold on, what's up, babe? All right, well get out. I'm live, man. What you doing? What was you doing? You all skipping up here? Like, come on, man. Distracting me and shit. But when you got an offensive line like they have, you got AJ Brown, one of the best receivers in the game. Then you got Smitty, another first round draft pick. You got Dallas Goedert, first round draft pick. You know what I mean? Your quarterback is your second round draft pick, but then you got Saquon, another top 10 talent at running back behind the largest offensive line. You can't evaluate quarterbacks based on what Hurts is doing because other quarterbacks don't have what Hurts has. Every quarterback can't sit back there and do what Hurts did this season, which is let Saquon and that offensive line grind other teams out and then just kind of putt your way to a win. And I'm not saying putt in a bad way. I mean, like he just had to finish strong and not turn the ball over. You can't do that if you're other quarterbacks. So I don't think it changes a thing in regards to how you evaluate quarterbacks. It might change the way you evaluate a team. It might change the idea. And I don't think it does for me, but it does for maybe the league, which will be a good thing for running backs this year. I think Saquon did a great thing for running backs. And when I say that, I'm not just talking about their dollar value. I'm talking about just their value and presence on the team. You're going to start looking at having a quality home run hitting bell cow back as something to covet again. When we stopped looking at that like that, when we started doing the running back by committee bullshit. And the reason I say bullshit is because they didn't want to pay running backs because running backs have the worst job on the offense. They do everyone's job. They do a little bit of blocking. They do a little bit of receiving. They do a little bit of quarterbacking if they need to, and they run the rock. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot that they do. So to devalue that position because it's a lot of wear and tear on the body, to devalue that position, they started doing it by committee. But I think that mindset of devalue started trending not only in the front offices but with the fans, because fans even start talking to me about it, like running backs ain't valuable. Like, why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they be? you got the right back, you can change the game. And the Eagles proved that with Saquon this year. So no, other quarterbacks can't just sit back there and do that, and nor will they. So I hope that answers your it wasn't a question, but I hope that it addresses your point, because I definitely see what Hurts did as being great, because he didn't lose the game for you. But at the same time, I don't look at it like, hey, you want to look for quarterbacks that just know how to win. That's a misnomer. I mean, it's not just winning. He's not winning because Hurts is just the reason they're winning. He's winning because there's a hell of a team on both sides of the ball around them. They have Georgia's defense. It's not funny that they had a championship defense in Georgia, and now that same defense is wreaking havoc on the league for their team. They drafted very well with that, and then they made a lot of moves. A lot of people who talk shit even about me talking about Micah in the middle of the field, right? A lot of people don't give credit for that, but when you look at Zach Bond, he was a pass rusher. He wasn't shit. You know what I'm saying? Not hating on him, he just wasn't anybody that you would think about. And now he's an all-pro at middle linebacker for the. Get what I'm saying? Nowhere near the talent that Micah Parsons is. So just a feather in the hat, something to pay attention to. You take a pass rusher who was just a pass rusher, never played linebacker, and make him a linebacker, and he's all pro. But you can't take. But those who argue with me said you can't take an all pro talent level linebacker who does well at pass rushing and make him a linebacker, even though he was a linebacker. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just want to talk my shit with that. But that's how I go. Let me see the super chat. Friday we celebrating, bro. I'll get drunk with you, man. You already know. We can go do it. Let's do it. That's my brother Maine, man. We gonna go fuck it up this weekend and do something. You know what I mean? Okoye, are you Emmitt Smith of film? You are the Emmitt Smith of film breakdown, bro. I'll take that all day. I really would. He said, Trenton, New Jersey Eagles fans. What's up? I'm not far from you. I'm in Laurel Springs near Voorhees, bro. But yeah, man, that's what's up. Congratulations, y'all. I ain't gonna hate on you. I ain't gonna y'all can say what y'all gotta say. Because the Super Bowl ain't nothing light. And I guarantee you, if we get to a championship game or a Super Bowl, I'm gonna give everybody my ass to kiss, like literally. So go ahead and enjoy that, because I'm gonna enjoy it too. But we gotta do better as a team when it comes to what we're doing in the front office. And I think that's the other thing that made me happy that they won this way. Because when you look at the free agents acquisitions for most of the Super Bowl winning teams in the last couple of years, they've all had a thing in common. They've been good in the draft, but they've also acquired key talent in key places in free agency. Like I said, Zach Bond is one. They bought C.J. Gardner-Johnson back. He played well this year. And then when you look at what they're able to do, what the Eagles were able to do, even by bringing Fangio in, it's like, hey, you got to look at that. And now that the front office for the Cowboys has to consider it, and the fans have seen it with a team that they hate at that, oh, man, the pressure's on. You can't talk that all-in shit you were talking last year. You got to be quiet, and you got to just build a fucking team if you're Jerry and Steven. So now the pressure's on them. They can't play around with us the way they've been playing. So that's another thing to be happy about. I ain't with the consolation prizes or moral victories, none of that. It's just, I'm just not mad. You know what I mean? I ain't mad about it. Let me see what else we saying. Hold up, my bad. Said Okoye is back. What's the deal, OG? What up, Reezy? He said, I'm in South Jersey. I'm always fighting. Yeah, I know. They be coming at you ass. I'm glad you're representing. Yup. He said, where are my glasses? Upstairs somewhere. You already know. Upstairs somewhere. I ain't wearing them, yo. Judah's Redemption says, do you think it's possible that T-Mac might fall to the Cowboys at 12? I know I shouldn't be too locked in on one player, but that would be a 10 out of 10 for me. I mean, to me, I like Carter at 12. If we can get Carter at 12 or Genty at 12. That's what I want at 12. That's where I'm at with it. Yeah. Said T-Mac is pro ready. I gotta do the film on him. World freaking champions. Ski Mask Howie. What's that? Ski Mask Howie? Oh, I couldn't even read that. Ski Mask. That's the Ski Mask. I said it like it was a Scandinavian word and shit. Howie. Like, what the fuck is that? I thought you were speaking Tatooine or some shit. But no, yeah, Howie was dancing after the game doing his thing. I ain't hating on him. He did his thing. Yeah, like I said, he put a team together that won a Super Bowl. So you can't talk shit about that. You can't talk shit about that. What can you say? Angie Rebel She. Am I saying it right? A rebel chick, I guess, with the X's. Hey, Okoye, I finally caught alive. I finally caught alive. I finna. Oh, you meant finally. I see it. You fixed it down here. Got it. Yeah, you got alive, Angie. I'm glad. I'm glad. Nice profile too. Won't lie. Miles Garrett would be a start. Thank you for your service, D Law. Oh yeah, y'all trying to get him out of here. I think D Law has some life left, but I ain't gonna argue to keep him. Are you cool with the defensive scheme? Um, and oh yeah, that's the other thing. Toss some questions up because I ain't been here in a while, so it's a lot of shit y'all probably want me to cover that I haven't covered. I'm gonna react to or tell you my reaction to whatever. You know what I'm saying? So just throw it up there. I'm on it. I'm on it. Let's see what we got. Reply. I mean, good reply. Dallas has to step up with Washington trying to make some noise. Yeah, Dallas better hurry the fuck up because Washington. Now, here's the thing about Washington, though. Jaden Daniels did great, but the film is going to catch up to him next year, and I get to see what he really is. I never judge a first year running quarterback. I never do. Like Dak did it. He looked great. You know what I mean? They look great when they first come out because you don't know what their tendencies are yet. So now that you got some film out there, you got some of the things that he loves on film, it'll be good to see how the defenses and defensive coordinators reverse engineer his game and game plan for him next year. So I don't know what he is, but nonetheless, they got to a championship game. So you definitely got to watch out for Washington. They're real. So we definitely got to hurry up and put something together. It's still a good team here in Dallas, but at key positions, they need to step up and they need to have veteran leadership at key positions. And we need to win long enough to keep our staff. We had too much rollover in the staff. So continuity is everything, in my opinion. Although this was Kellen's first year and it was Fangio's first year with the Eagles. So, I mean, there goes that theory, but continuity is important still, in my opinion. But, they just proved that you can do it without all that too, though, at the same time. We need a wide receiver too across from Lamb, build the trenches on both sides. Yeah, we need another wide receiver from across from Lamb, but I don't think that the pass game is what our problem is. We need balance, and to get that, we need. We already got it. I like Clayton Adams. I like what he does. I did some film on him. I'll put it up here. I don't think that's on his computer actually. It's on my laptop, but I have it on Twitter. But I did some film on Clayton from Arizona, just watching some of the things they were able to do in Arizona during his stint. And he does the things that I want to see, which is a lot of trap blocks, a lot of misdirections, a lot of counter trades, stuff like that. Things that we don't do very well in Dallas. We just run right at you. Your first play is the play, meaning the first direction you commit to, the running back is probably committed to it as well, which is very easy for a defense at this level to read. So we run straight power right at you. You know what I mean? A bunch of gap runs right at your face. And that's cool if you have an imposing attitude and offensive line that's looking to hurt shit. You can do that. You can do that if you Derrick Henry in the raid. They don't even do it, but you could do it if you were a team built that way. And you would have to draft that way in order to make that work. But in order to maximize what we have here, I think because we have 2 tackles or 3 tackles if you count Austin Richards, who are long, lanky, athletic tackles. They're not really stout, physical maulers. They're kind of slim built and lanky, but they have great footwork. Those are guys you want, trapping, pulling, getting out in space, things like that. And then you got maulers in the middle from guard to guard. Even Hoffman looks good, from guard to guard. We are. So when you look at that line, that's a line that's smart, but physical, but they're not the biggest guys. So you don't want them just playing power, running at guys and wearing themselves out. You want them using trickery and misdirection, like Bane would say. You know what I'm saying? valuable agents to the uninitiated. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, that's what we need to run here. And I think Clayton Adams is a offensive coordinator who has that type of history. He has a history where I think the run is going to be important, and we need to get back to balance. So, to your point, I don't think a great receiver is necessary in the first round, but we definitely going to pick up one. But I don't think that's what we need the most. We need a running back to go with Rico. I like what Rico's doing. You give me a home run hitter with Rico, and when I say home run hitter, I don't even think that's not on this team. I think that we got the guy, I forget the guy's name, Connor, what the fuck is his name? But the dude from Kansas State with Cooper Beebe and Vaughn, he knows how to use Deuce Vaughn. He knows what Cooper Beebe can do. So having him here, I forget the guy's name. We hired I think their running backs coach or their offensive line coach, something like that. I don't remember. But I know having a guy here who can tell you how to use Vaughn is important, because I think Deuce Vaughn is one of those guys that can be your Westbrook type on his team, or your Darren Sproles type of guy if you use him correctly. I think my knock on Mike McCarthy is the fact that he couldn't figure out how to use a guy that's 5'5", can hide behind the line, and as fast as hell and explosive. I think we can get a lot out of Rico and Deuce, but I think that you need a guy that's you're going to work into this rotation, who's a real bell cow back, you know what I mean, that eats tackles. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But for real, that's what you need. You're welcome, Angie. You're welcome. Nate Brown, what's up, AKOYE and Cowboys Nation? What up to you too, Nate? G, he said, I feel like scheme is taking a step back. They can get more out of the defense in a 3-4. We both going to agree on that forever. But the reason I don't argue with it anymore, I'm going to show you actually. Let me see if I can pull this up, because I don't know, I don't have all of the film here. Did I put it up from here? No, I didn't. I did that from my laptop too. Hold on a second. I'm going to the screen in my on my profile, and that way I can show you guys some shit. Hold on. Latest. All right. It's crazy too. I told everybody exactly how the Chiefs would attack the Eagles, and that's what they did. And how the Eagles would attack the Chiefs, that's what they did too. I'm pretty good at this. I won't front. All right, let's look at Eberflus's defense. Where is it? Eberflus. Here we go. The reason I think that the 3-4 is still going to be a factor, and I'm not like, hey, we need to run 3-4, is that reason alone. Like, I'm going to pull it up now. Let me see, what is this? Yeah, that's not Eberflus. I can't find the post that I put up of Eberflus. I know one of y'all had it. Eberflus has a 3-4 look in his defense. That's what I'm trying to show you, but I can't find the shit on Twitter. My bad. Hold on, find it. I'm gonna find it. Don't y'all motherfuckers work? This was a Eberflus versus Dak, but it's not what I was looking for film wise. I think I missed it somewhere. I don't know why or how. Maybe I took it down. Let me see. Maybe it's this video. No, it's not this one either. I don't know. I don't know what I did with it. I don't know, but I'll put it back up. So those of you who haven't seen it, if you haven't seen it on Twitter, go on my Twitter page. You'll find Matt Eberflus's defense. But I must have taken it down. I don't think I took it down, but I can't find it on my computer. I don't know why I can't see it. But Eberflus definitely runs a lot of 3-4 in his scheme, and he's a linebacker-friendly coach. So you're going to get 3-4 in his looks. You're going to get some 3-4 looks in his defense, should I say. So I'm not concerned with running 3-4 because it doesn't have to be full-time for me. I think you're going to do a little bit of 4-3. You're going to do a lot of nickel. And then in obvious running situations, you're going to see us in 3-4 looks at times. So I think you're going to get what you're looking for through Matt Eberflus. I do like the scheme. I don't think it's taking a step back, like you say. I think it's simple, but I think you can get more intricate if you have veterans that are in the system long enough for that to take place. And I think that comes from winning. So the first thing we got to do is win. And then you'll start seeing as years go on, players get more comfortable in the scheme and they start to do more. But yeah, first year, you might see some vanilla shit next year. I won't front because they have to learn what he wants and he has to bring in players. You probably see some players in key positions coming in, maybe linebacker or safety, because those are the two quarterbacks on the field and those are the two positions where you can get everyone else up to speed. That's why Kendricks was here to kind of help Zimmer run his defense. And you probably see some of that. So maybe we get Timmons here. Maybe you go out and get somebody from the Chicago Bears roster just to fill in the linebacker room and help those guys get up to speed. You might see that. I wouldn't be surprised. What's good, Okoye? I'm driving, but I'm listening. What's good, chat? Yo, what's up, JVB? Boy, what up with you? Washington is going to win in the free agency, possibly get J. Lou or Osa. Yeah, they might. I hope J. Lou don't leave, man. I don't mind Osa leaving so much. I think he can be replaced. But I think he could be replaced right here. I think Chauncey leaving would be more impactful to me than Osa. Chauncey going to give you the same amount of sacks Osa going to get you, but he's better versus the run and more versatile. You can move Chauncey up and down the line, and he's better versus the run. He's very stout, can deal with double teams, but will also get you the pass rush that you're looking for. More from a hustle position. He's not really a move guy, but he has very violent hands. He has length, and he's strong as hell. So, and he's bigger than Osa. I think Chauncey's the guy that I would keep out of those two. Osa, I like Osa. I'm not hating on Osa at all. But I think if I had to pay Osa $22 million a year, I say nah. But I would keep Chauncey, and you're gonna get Chauncey for cheap because he's a free agent too. I think so. You're gonna get Chauncey for cheap because he don't got the stats yet to ask for what Osa's gonna ask for. So I would go after Chauncey and see what that's looking like. How about keeping Zach Martin? If he wants to play, like if Zach want to play, I'll let Zach play till he feel like leaving, to be honest with you. I think he has to be healthy, obviously. But I think if Zach feels like he's going to be healthy going into the next year and he feels like he can get back to some semblance of his form, I would take Zach Martin, especially in a room like this where you're going to have a new offensive line coach and you need guys that are veterans on the line to teach these other guys. I think you keep Zach Martin. Because if Zach Martin leaves that room, think about the youth in that room. You got Tyler Guyton, Tyler Smith, you got BB, you got Hoffman, you got TJ Bass, you got Austin Richards, you got Steele, who you can say is a veteran, but he ain't a Zach Martin in that room. Like Zach Martin is a savvy vet that he's forgotten more about blocking than any of those guys ever knew so far, right? So I think he'll be an integral part of that room. And I think one more year with him, with a new offensive line coach and him kind of schooling those guys up, will he be better than anything we can draft? Probably. I would say slightly for 1 year. But that person may edge him out, as the year goes on, which would be fine, and kind of usher him in, sort of like Kelsey with the dude that came in for the Eagles right behind him. I forgot his name too. But you know what I mean? Like you got to usher in the next generation. You don't just make it abrupt. You can, but you cause them more problems, especially breaking the new offensive line coach. You want that coach on the field, in my opinion. That's what I would want. Appreciate the super chat, Judah. He said the Eagles don't mind spending money. This is a copycat league, applies across the board. Jerry needs to take notice and apply it because it works. Strategically, you got to spend money in strategic spots. Like right now, the Cowboys should spend money. And the reason I say that is because the Cowboys have a team that's already built out. Like the way the Cowboys are built out right now, they can win. We have a good team. We need players at key positions. So, yeah, I would go spend money on, like I said, like a middle linebacker. I would go spend money on another pass rusher, get a Myles Garrett in here things like that. I would go do shit that makes us ridiculous at key positions. Meaning, go get you a Myles Garrett and make our front four so crazy that it don't matter what you're running on the back end, because all they gotta do is keep their eyes on the ball and they're gonna catch shit all day. You know what I'm saying? Like the Eagles did in the Super Bowl. You know, just go at them without having to blitz. Like you got Micah Parsons with another bona fide pass rusher. We don't know if that's going to be Sam Williams. We don't know what Sam Williams is going to look like coming back from his injury. So you get Micah Parsons next to another like sickening pass rusher like a Myles Garrett or a older one. If you don't want to spend that type of money, you got a Khalil Mack. You give him a Khalil Mack or a Von Miller type of guy, you know, get you a DeMarcus Ware here to fucking coach maybe. I mean, I like Greg Ellis though. I hope he stays. I hope he's not gone. You know what I mean? But you give him a good defensive line coach and a bona fide pass rusher on the other side of him with a healthy Demo and Morris occasionally blitzing. We got a great front seven right there, man. So I think, yeah, we need to spend money, but we need to spend it in the right places. Angie, she said, Okoye, how do you feel about Shotty being head coach? I like Shotty a lot. I like the pick. He made the most sense to me, period. And I kind of saw this coming because he didn't fit with McCarthy. Like when they hired him, I'm like, if he's an offensive coordinator. He wasn't the offensive coordinator with McCarthy. He was like the assistant head coach, offensive coordinator, maybe, but he wasn't calling the plays. So I'm like, well, what did you go get him for? You know what I'm saying? And then you can see that they weren't giving him full control over the design either, because we were still doing a lot of Mike McCarthy's West Coast stuff, and that ain't Shotty's game. He's like a play action coach. He runs power and play actions off of that, and he gets you looks because he forces defenses to step up in the box and he takes his shots. A lot of moving pockets, a lot of power runs, things like that, right? Now that the reason I like it even more now is because him having to humble himself, work with McCarthy, he picked up some of McCarthy's traits, who also picked up some of Kellen's traits. So you're going to see some of Kellen's DNA in this offense, some of McCarthy's DNA in this offense, and you're also going to see what Shotty really is when he is allowed to run a team and run an offense. So I like it from that aspect. I liked it from a Dak aspect because of continuity. You have a guy who understands Dak, because Dak has to deal with another offensive coordinator if he leaves, a whole new team if he leaves. You change the culture if he leaves. You don't even know if a guy's coming in understands these guys to even install a culture. So it's question marks there. And then if you look at the landscape, you got Belichick not available. That's who I would have liked him. Rex Ryan, I would have wanted him as a defensive coordinator, not a head coach. And then you have guys like Gruden, I would have went with, but he's been out of coaching. You don't know if he's going to be a good scheme fit. I mean, a good culture fit. Dion is in Colorado. You know what I mean? So a lot of my top picks that I would have taken weren't available. Do I like Shotty more than I like Kellen? Yes. I think Kellen is a very creative offensive coordinator. I've never seen Kellen run a team, and I don't think he's ready to run an entire organization yet, in my opinion. Shout out to him. I respect him changing his stripes and winning the Super Bowl. But I wouldn't have wanted him as my head coach, no matter how many people do. I didn't. So Shotty, to me, is a very not only safe, obvious pick, but I think the pedigree. People disrespect the pedigree. Like they wanted what was it? Not Ben Johnson. Was it Ben Johnson from Detroit? Yeah, I think that's him. They wanted him. A lot of people wanted him. We don't know what he's gonna do. He's an offensive coordinator. He's never been a head coach. So we don't know what he's gonna do. And even the creative plays that we're talking about, it was really Campbell's mentality, not the plays. It's not the plays that I look at in Detroit that make me sick. It's the mentality behind everybody's hustling and ready to run through a wall. I think that's coming from Campbell. So it might not work the same in Chicago because you don't have the same coaches, the same staff. Aaron Glenn, and I like him, but again, I think a lot of the success that they're having on that team is a cultural thing, not just the scheme. It's the culture. Everybody is flying around for each other. You know what I mean? That's what we need here, not necessarily the next offensive genius. It's not that. So I think Shotty is a guy who will surprise you all. And if y'all are older than, I would say, 28, you should remember Marty Schottenheimer. They used to call him Marty Ball. When LaDainian Tomlinson was a beast, Darren Sproles, early Drew Brees, shit like that. When those guys were killing it, they were doing that with Marty Schottenheimer. He's dead now, rest in peace. But Schotty's dad, Marty Schottenheimer, had a moniker called Marty Ball. They ran the ball so much that it became a style. Like his style of offense was like, I'm gonna run until you're sick, and then I can pass when I want. If I'm down, I'll pass, but I'm running. And other than that, in 2 years, like the Eagles did this year, that is Marty Ball. What you saw Kellen Moore do this year is Marty Ball. Power running until you're sick. Even when you think we should throw, even when the quarterback thinks we should throw, even when the media in the box, the commentators, that should probably throw the ball here. Marty running. And then he'll have LaDainian Tomlinson throwing a fucking ball. You know what I'm saying? So he ran his offense through his tight end, Gates and LaDainian, and his running backs. So his running backs and his tight ends, his offensive line is the core of his team. And then a quarterback that doesn't fuck up. All right. So he took the air out of the ball and made it so that a guy like even Drew Brees, you know, at the time Drew Brees wasn't what he was at the end of his career, but all Drew Brees had to do was really manage games. You had Drew Brees managing games, you know what I'm saying? During that time, he tore his shoulder up and he had to go to the Saints after the fact. But you know, you saw, and Phillip Rivers did it after that. So you saw what Marty was able to do during his time. I don't know if Phillip Rivers and Marty had a long stint together though, because he might have been on his way out by the time Phillip Rivers got drafted. But you know what I mean? Still, you saw what he was, smash mouth. And I like that. So I like his pedigree. I like his DNA. You know what I mean? I like his mind as an offensive coordinator. I liked him when we looked at him prior to getting him. I liked it. And I picked him as an offensive coordinator. Before we got him, that was one of the coordinators that I looked at in the league that we were interviewing. I said, we going with this guy. And then a couple weeks later, I think we went and got him. But I did a breakdown on him versus Dan Quinn at the time. And it was good work. It was good work. I like what he does. Great question, though. Schottenheimer is making all the right moves. The coaching staff is looking good, 100%. He's making great moves. I would agree. While Dallas is talking about trading Micah, what they should be talking about is how to pair him with Myles Garrett. That's what a Super Bowl org would do. Man, you 100% right on that. Like, you want to become, like I said, you want to become ridiculous at one thing. I'm a coach. Like, I train fighters, right? I said this to my son earlier because he does jiu-jitsu. I told him, hey, go all balls to the wall with jiu-jitsu, and we're going to leave boxing alone for a little while, right? Just so that you have jiu-jitsu so down pat that when you decide to focus on boxing, you don't need to focus as much on jiu-jitsu because you got it down, right? Because I said a jack of all trade is the master of none, but still always better than the master of one. That's true. But you can't fuck with the master of two or master of three. So master all your shit, right? So I say you become sick at one thing and then build on that. You know what I mean? So one unit on our team, on our defense, if we had like the Purple People Eaters had or Doomsday line or any of that, you know what I mean? You have a line that's just so formidable like we were during our Super Bowl run. We had Leon Lett, Russell Maryland, Charles Haley, who else? Tony Tolbert. We had a bunch of guys up front that will fuck you up. You know what I mean? That's what you need. So yeah, I would go all out to try to get a Myles Garrett and put him out there with a Mozzie and a Chauncey. He makes everybody better. He makes Micah better. And I think if you get Myles Garrett on the line, you get more flexibility out of Micah because you don't mind moving Micah around. You don't mind putting him at linebacker here or there because you're not losing anything with the pass rush when he's off the ball. And you kind of don't know what he's doing. So imagine what an offensive line has to deal with Micah standing in the A gap, but you have to slide protection over to Myles Garrett to help whoever's over there, and then you got the rest of those guys singled up. You pinching, you can't pinch and slide, and even if you are pinching and sliding, you either doing max protect or you leaving guys one-on-one or half a man that really they don't need to be that good to get sacks doing that shit. So you know what I mean? It'll be crazy. Yeah, I would love it. I would love it. He said, Theo said, y'all need trenches like us. Yeah, I mean, that ain't no lie. We talking about it now, bro. I don't lie. I ain't gonna lie because you're Eagles fan. I might not fuck with y'all like that, but Truth is truth. Connor Riley, yeah. Connor Riley is the guy I was talking about from Kansas State. Giving good commentary. Keep doing what you do. I'm at work, so I can't stay. All right, Paul. Talk to you soon, Paulie. I've been talking about it all week. Deuce is about to get loose. Yeah, Deuce might get loose. Never know. That hire helps BB the most. Maybe. Maybe. All right, let's see what else we got going on. Jay Jones, what's up, Brody? AJ Midell, he says switching to 3-4 would maybe help, but not make a significant difference. We still need to build the right team. I think we got the right team. You just need to use them the right way. You have guys that you're burying or that we've buried on this roster for so long. It's not even funny. We have guys that don't see light of day, like Izzy Mukwamu, who I think is very talented. Wanye Thomas, I think, is our best safety. I say these things all the time. Even Marquise Bell, if he gets healthy, is better than what we had out there at safety. You have guys who are playing out of position, like a Micah Parsons. I don't care what anybody says. When I watch what Zach Bond did this year, can Micah Parsons still get you 10 sacks from middle linebackers? The question you need to ask. And I would say, yes, he can. So, and situational pass rusher and a middle linebacker. That's why I would use Micah Parsons as. So could he do that and get it? Yes. There's no argument about that. Would he be better with 110 tackles and 10 sacks, some pass breakups and some interceptions, or just 15 sacks, and 30 tackles, 40 tackles at defensive end? Which one helps your defense better? I don't know. I don't know shit. But looking at that, I think that we have the team. We just don't put them in the right positions. You know what I mean? So looking at what the Eagles were willing to do does help. But I think we got a team that's built. We just need key players in key positions, and they need a mentality change. You need guys that's like ready to run through shit. You don't see these dudes rallying around each other. They kind of don't like each other. It seems like they kind of bussy. But we're gonna see what they do this year. Schottenheimer is hiring people that are smarter than him, which makes him smart. Facts. You don't never want to be the smartest man in the room. But I got 130 something IQ, so I'm usually the smartest motherfucker in the room. But I do surround myself with people who are geniuses in their own right or in their own department or specialty. You know what I mean? So I do enjoy that. So you're right. You don't ever want to be the only guy in the room that knows some shit, because then you're gonna soon be a dumbass and you're gonna be overworked and over encumbered. 3-4 is tailor made for Micah. Man, you right, but they're not gonna do it full time. Now maybe Eberflus, because he's a linebackers coach. He has run the 3-4 scheme. He's been around it when he was with the Browns back in the day. He runs it. He ran it in Chicago. I don't know why. Let me try one more time. One more go, because I know I did it. I did the work. I don't know why I can't see the work, but I did it. So let me try to find Eberflus's film one more time. Maybe it was earlier than this one. Maybe that's what the problem is. It maybe was early. I'm gonna go back. It couldn't be this fucking early because we were still playing him. Yeah. Yeah, we were still playing then. So go back. Let me see. Boom. Boom. I be talking shit on Twitter, man. I tell you. Bam. Nope. Nope. That was Schottenheimer. Nope. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, that was before Eberflus was here. I don't know what the fuck I did with this video. Okay, let me see. Yeah, no. Nope. I could find the one that I did with Dak in it, but I can't find the original Eberflus breakdown. But yeah, Eberflus's breakdown has everything I was looking for in it. And maybe it's unavailable. Uh, oh no, here we go. There we go. All right, I found it. All right, so let me share this with you real quick. Hold on, I got some super chats first, so let me get y'all out the way. Then I'll go share this Eberflus film, and we're gonna get into some film. Angie, she said, "I love how you go in depth with your takes. I gotta support." Oh yeah, I gotta support you too. I appreciate that, Angie. Thank you, 100%. I appreciate that. I had a dream a few weeks ago. What's up, Marcus? He said, hit me up too, bro. He said that Philly was going to win. I should have put money on it. I told everybody Philly was going to win, and not because of anything that happened in the game. Once I saw that the refs got in trouble for cheating for KC, I said, "Oh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. That KC not gonna get none of that help because the refs can't make it look like that was true. You know what I mean? You notice they ain't even cover that story like that. It wasn't no scandal because it's true as fuck. So it's gonna be crazy to see the backlash from that if people keep bringing that up. But I don't think nobody gonna bring that up. He said, I think Hurst was well deserved, deservedly. He was the MVP, well deservedly. He had the highest EPA ever in the Super Bowl. Nah, that's not why he should be there. The MVP is why did you win the game? Who's the most valuable thing on the field? Hurst did not have to carry the game at any point. Was he under pressure to win the game? He had no pressure because the defense took all the pressure off of him. So nah, I can't give him. I ain't taking nothing away from him, but I can't give him MVP. It's just, he wasn't MVP. You know what I mean? He wasn't that. All right, let me share the screen. Share my Twitter. Share. Boom. All right. Blow this up. Let me make sure it's blown up over here where y'all at. Yep. All right. Let me get myself out of here. Boom. High comments. Yeah. So when you look at this film, it's not real long. I just went through his defense quietly. There was no sound on this, but the thing that I paid attention to with Eberflus is look at everybody's eyes. Everybody's always he has a vision-based defense. Everybody's watching the ball, and all these linebackers are all very disciplined. 57, he sets the edge the right way. He sacrifices himself so that Timmons can make that play. You know what I mean? And you see that they ask a lot of 57. They ask a lot of their linebackers, period. But 57, their will linebacker, he's a Sam linebacker actually, but he's ridiculous, man. But Eberflus has a PhD in linebacker. When he was with Jalen Smith had, I think, an All-Pro year the very next year after he left, which is, he gave credit to Eberflus, not me. But Jalen gave credit to Eberflus for taking a guy with one leg and making him what we thought was an elite player at the time. When I say at the time, is because now that I see Demo, it makes Jalen Smith and Demo makes Demo and Morris make Jalen Smith and LVE look like college players, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And that's not hating on those guys. It's just that's how thirsty we were for good linebacker play, that we were getting halfway decent linebacker play, and we thought that was the shit. You know what I'm saying? We thought that was the shit. So, you know what I mean? I give you that. But Matt knows that he's definitely a coordinator that will bring the best out of linebackers. So having a guy in that locker room like a Micah, you think he's not going to use Micah in every way Micah can be used at linebacker? Yes, he is. Yes, he is. But just watch the coverages. Like a lot of the things that he does, right, is to me he sets guys up because he'll show you that too how it look, and it's a lot like what Vangio does. It's not a lot of blitzing, but some strategic blitzing. You might bring 5 here and there, but he shows a lot of looks that makes it look like the middle of the field is open when those linebackers are vacating the middle of the field. You see him one-on-one at the top with Johnson, but watch that safety. The free safety is just robbing everything, robbing that dig route. Just in case. Every progression the quarterback went through, he had to deal with that safety kind of beelining through there. And you even see that pop-up at the end. Had that ball had a little bit more hang time, that's a pick six for the safety. But this is what Eberflus likes to do. He's not going to give you a lot on the back end. So it's like a bend but don't break. You're not going to get a lot on the back end. You're going to have to, if you're throwing it outside, you're going to have to challenge our corners and a healthy Diggs and Bland throwing the ball outside at them like that. I'll take that all day if you're going to launch the ball at them that way. I respect it and I'll take that. You know what I mean? But I don't think that's what we're going to see. You're going to see guys trying to force it into the teeth of this defense in the middle of the field. And when you have a pass rush like I think we will have, which they didn't have in Chicago, they had Sweat, but it wasn't the same. Like you have Micah Parsons and you have Slam Williams, and you get another guy in here that can really get to the quarterback on a consistent basis, maybe up the A gap without Micah having to do it. You're not going to be able to hold that ball very long. So throwing the ball into these type of coverages, throwing the ball at these linebackers that are all staring you in the face is I think that's going to be to the detriment of anybody playing us. Just look at how they play linebacker, though, man. This film for me was like, this was a fun film to watch because just watching 57, just pay attention to 57 and how many plays he makes. And this is all the same game. And I didn't even use all of the plays he made, but he's everywhere. They use him everywhere. There's 57 again. They use him everywhere. And they stay in their base formation a lot because they want to keep three linebackers on the field at all times. That's what Matt was doing. So you're going to see that here. We did the same thing with Sean Lee when Matt was here as well. Sean Lee would do a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? He stayed on the field as well. So they're going to, like, here's a 3-4 look since you guys were asking for it. So you see 90 is standing up. Just imagine that's D-Law. You got 3 down linemen in the middle here. You got 57 on the back end, Demo and Marst in the middle of the field. So this would be your 3-4 look, right? You have 2 guys standing up on the outside of 3 down linemen and 1 guy right over the nose. So Matt definitely runs 3-4. Will he do it 80% of the game? Probably not. If we're not going up against a traditional running team, no, you're going to get a lot of nickel. But he likes to run 3-4 when he's up against these 12 and 13 personnel looks. You're going to see 3-4 looks. So for those who, like me, who wanted 3-4, he gives you that, but he also gives you the flexibility to run some 4-3 in there too. So that's why I didn't hate this pick, because Eberflus is a linebacker coach who knows how to run 3-4 when he needs to. Here's another 3-4 look right here. You know what I'm saying? So he will do it. He will do. So just imagine Micah's in that 57 position on these plays. Let me go back to these plays real quick and see if I can rewind. Can I? Boom. Yeah, I can. Boom. Just imagine Micah in these positions, right? So he's just free. He doesn't have anybody to deal with, right? Like he's just free to run around. Like 57 is running around here. Here again, Micah, without having to deal with an actual tackle, he has to deal with linebackers and not linebackers, wide receivers and running backs and shit like that. You know, half a man at tackle. Now he's gonna kill you. You know what I mean? I would love that. I would love that. But the way to beat an Eberflus defense is, honestly, you got to attack the middle linebacker. You got to make him choose. You got to high and low him. You got to screen pass him. You got to misdirect him. Things like that. Like if you don't, he's gonna kill you. His linebackers will kill you. You know what I mean? But having Micah, just look at the snap. Let's. I don't even know what's going to happen at the snap, but watch this. Let's snap the ball and pause. Right. Boom. So at the snap, even at the snap, you got a guy like Micah here at where 57 is not really having to do much. That's why I put Micah there. You could put Micah here if you wanted to. You know, in a 3-4 look, he could be firing from either middle linebacker position, but firing up the A gap from there. Micah could do that on any play, or it could be a down edge guy that just straight pass rushing off the edge. But no matter where you put him in a 3-4, to your point, whoever made that point that 3-4 would be a godsend for Micah, this is why. You know what I mean? This is why I say it, and this is why I still believe that, because if you have Micah able to move around a defense like this, it's going to be sick for him. You don't need a lot of special shit going on. But look at 57 still making plays. But you don't need a lot of special shit going on. Look at 57 still here making plays. You know what I'm saying? Put Micah in position where the ball has to go at him every play, like you see 57 here in these plays, and you'll get the best out of this defense, in my opinion. And I can't wait to see what he does here, what Eberflus attempts to do here. But gonna be interesting, man. Gonna be interesting. King Reed's a Peace King of projected 19 free agents we have. Who are the most important re-signings besides J. Lou and Chauncey? Those are your two most. I don't know everyone's down the line. You had to name them, and then I can tell you, but I don't have them in front of me. But I can tell you, Osa, J. Lou, and Chauncey are interesting resigns. Obviously, Mike is going to get his 5th-year extension, so option. I mean, so he's not a free agent. But I know a lot of the talk is going to be around paying him this year anyway. So whoever we resign is going to be somebody that makes it friendly enough for us to be able to still get Micah in the mix. Yeah, for sure. So I mean, that's where we at with it. I can't say who the most valuable one is. I would say if I had to pick one out of all, it is J. Lou right now, because J. Lou, re-signing J. Lou means that your secondary from corner to corner and nickel, you're good. It makes it so that you're not hungry going into the draft for a corner. You could say Kalen Carson, with another year here, yeah, he might be a little bit better. You got some flexibility with Izzy Mukwamu being able to play in the nickel, so you want to keep a guy like him around. You know what I'm saying? I think you're going to see both Dono and Hooker out of here to save cap space. But J. Lou, to me, is the most important. He's a veteran. He makes it so that you don't have to, you're not starving at corner. You can go get you a corner in the 3rd and 4th round and be fine, and you don't need them to start right away. That's great to me. We got safeties. I think Wanye, Marquise, and Izzy can run that safety room without Dono and Hooker here. Your linebacker room with Morris, I think you need linebackers in the draft, but you probably want one in free agency as well. But with Demo, Morris, and another guy in that room, if you want to make that other guy Micah, I'm not mad at that. If you want to make it Abdul Carter, if he comes here, I'm not mad at that. But you want another linebacker, a veteran in that room with those linebackers, and you want another pass rusher. How we do that is up to them. I don't want to just go young and have to hope that we get the right rookie to come in here and he flashes his first year. I want that guy, but I want a free agent veteran to kind of school and usher these guys into position. And we've been bargain shopping in free agency. So we get guys like Gerald McCoy. Shout out to Gerald McCoy. We did a podcast together. He cool as shit. But shout out to Gerald McCoy. But when we got him, he didn't play. Dontari Poe, he was out of shape. We go get guys like that and call it veteran pickups, but they're veteran pickups that probably wouldn't catch on somewhere else, or they just don't take this opportunity that serious. They're already injured or some shit like that. We want a guy that's like a bond, meaning you can come here and still contribute for the long haul. Our Kendricks was one that I liked, but you know, we usually get guys like Keanu Neal and shit like that. We don't go get bona fide free agent picks. AKOYE, my brother, I hope all is well. Pat 1984, what up, bro? Yep, everything is well, man. I really can't complain. I'm loving my life right now, man. Again, J. Lou and Izzy can have played every spot in that secondary. You don't let those guys walk. I think Bell and Thomas stay, and Dono's trade bait for real this time. Yeah, I agree with you loud and clear, DP. Morris Leofile still doesn't wrap up when tackling. Hey, bro, you tripping on Morris. Morris got real game, man. He got real game. I'll be watching him. I just pay attention to the linebacker play this year. I think you I don't know. I think you might be jaded a little bit. I don't even think it's jaded. I don't even know the word to use because you're overlooking Morris because Demo was probably so damn good. He made Morris look less good, even though Morris was great. He did great. He just not Demo's special. Morris is a good, solid linebacker. Demo is just a freak. He's special. You know what I mean? But both of those guys, I think, are night and day better than anything we had here in LVE, Jalen Smith, Marquise Bell playing linebacker. No, Morris is one of those guys, bro. I like him. Only problem with Micah wants to be a DN to rush the passer. That's fine. Be a DN. Cool. You know what I mean? But that just means he don't want to be great. And I'm a coach. If you don't want to be great, I could give a fuck what you are. You know what I mean? Because I ain't gonna want it more than you want it. So if you don't want to be great, fuck it. So if Michael Parsons don't want to be used in a way where he's a true game changer, that's on him. I ain't on me. He could do it. Now, what's the point in showing us the footage of you running with Jamar Chase just to be a defensive end? What's the point in showing us you doing these types of drills and playing DB in training camp in rotation with Diggs, right? What's the point in doing all that if you ain't going to use none of it? That's you get less of that at defensive end, in my opinion. When you got a guy that can do all those things at a high level, use it. You could use that at linebacker because it'll make it so that every offense is trying to attack him. Like if you had it and you're in your base defense and you see Micah Parsons have to step out into the slot and kind of press a wide receiver, the slot receiver up the seam or carry him up the seam, a quarterback's going right at that. So now the ball is going at Micah in a running situation. If Micah's in the middle of your field, if everybody's setting the edge and funneling everything to the middle, they got to run at Micah. You want that. If Micah's in the A gap, they got a slide protection to Micah. You want that. If Micah's in coverage in the middle of the field and they're trying to high low him, guess where the ball going? They're attacking your best player all day long. That's the type of defense you want to set up. When it doesn't matter the player, it just matters if you have a special player, you set your defense up where it's tilted to that player. That's all defensive coordinators. That's not me. Dick LeBeau, when he had Troy Polamalu, he played with 10 guys and he let Polamalu do what the fuck he wanted to do. But you know why you were attacking Polamalu? Because you figured like you might catch him freelancing and you can get one here or there, which happens sometimes, right? But more often than not, he's gonna beat you. Ed Reed and Ray Lewis, same thing. They made you throw the ball at both those guys all day. Even a corner, when you had Darrelle Revis, Rex Ryan would tilt the entire defense to the other side of the field and say, you either going to throw at the teeth of my defense where everybody's at, or you're going to throw at him by himself. Now, you can take your shots over there by yourself with him, but we betting on him to be able to stop your guy. You know what I'm saying? So pick your poison. That's the way, I would use a Micah Parsons. It's like, you're going to deal with Micah no matter what. I'm going to make you deal with him. You're not going to be able to slide protection to stop Micah Parsons. You're not going to be able to say, hey, we got Lane Johnson over there, so it's a done deal. We're going to make Lane Johnson have to stress himself out because we're going to play 3-4, pit Micah in a TJ Watts type of look where he's standing up in 5 tech and just all the way outside, with 2-point stance and killing you because he only playing half a man. Micah get off when you got a tackle shading the inside of that tackle. The tackle's getting shaded by a defensive end on the inside of that 4 tech. And he can't really get a full hand. He can't really kick out and really commit to a Micah. So you need a tight end to help. Shit. You know how many sacks Micah have if he's dealing with a tight end? You know how many catches a tight end won't have if he has to deal with Micah? Because when he has to deal with Micah, Micah's going to be disrupting him. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. Let me share this again. These type of looks. I'm going to show you. See, I don't just be saying shit, but I'm going to show you what I'm saying. All right, let me go back. Escape. I did the Eagles film. Yeah, here go the Eagles film right here. Boom. So make sure you guys can see this. Yes. All right, you can see it. Cool. We go to the plays I'm talking about. Watch Nolan Smith on a couple of these plays. Let me see which one it is. It's like a tight end release that just right here. What? No, this is not it either. It's a running play. See, Nolan Smith is over the tight end here. Maybe this is one of the plays. Here we go. Boom. Yep, that's it right there. So imagine Micah only having to deal with a tight end. This is what's going to happen. He's going to get rid of those guys and fuck up your quarterbacks, number one. But two, he's going to disrupt everything you're doing with the tight end. And then sometimes he can carry that tight end up the field if you need him to because he can actually run with those guys. Like, it's just a different ballgame. Nolan Smith is fast in a straight line, but doesn't have near the agility and dexterity of a Micah Parsons. You know what I mean? These are listen, y'all think I'm playing, right? I'm really not joking when I say I do. If I didn't feel like I make more money than a scout, I know I make more money than a scout. But if I didn't feel like that and I was retired and I had my nest egg already up, I know I need to be in the league somewhere. And I'm not bragging. But because I really just was doing the film. It wasn't like, I knew. But this is weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago I did this, right? Boom. You see this play? This is how I said they were going to attack. The Kansas City Chiefs were going to attack this Eagles defense. And you're going to get those late drags and late post patterns across the middle of the field. And that's how they were going to attack the Eagles, right? Because of these types of plays. I saw these openings when you get their safety, when you get CJ to vacate the middle of the field. That's another opportunity for Micah too. I ain't bring that up. But you see Nolan here. in the passing lane. I want you having to deal with Micah that way, meaning he's everywhere you want to be, like Visa. You know what I'm saying? American Express. Sorry, is it Visa? I think it's Visa. But check it. You know what I'm saying? I said this, right? That this is how they would attack. I'm about to show y'all real quick. Let me stop sharing. You seen that play or that sequence of plays real quick. Watch this. That's exactly what Kansas City actually did in this film. Where is it? Let me see if I got it. Boom. All right. The plays that actually worked. So this is the Super Bowl right here. Right. The plays that actually worked though for KC, not this short shit here, but the plays that actually would have worked for them were those late drags. I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. And they did exactly that. Like I swear to you, those late drags work. You see here, they got nothing to do, nothing to go with because the Eagles were able to press them. That play where was it Watkins? Is that his name? It's Watkins, right? What the fuck is his name? Wide receiver drops the ball on third down. That was a late drag. Kelsey, late drag. Just watch this defensive line. Like those who say that they ain't the MVP is crazy. They crazy. This defensive line was killing it. Let me see if you see you see that late drag there. They tried it there, but it was they guarded it pretty good. When Kelsey did it, I'm going to show you though. Boom. They tried to run a 7 on that one. Boom. Late drag there. Ain't had no time to throw that either. I'm going to show you. Here we go. Nope, that's a crossing route. Where the hell is the fucking route? Don't make me a liar. I ain't a liar. Dang. Let me see if I see it. There's the late drag right there. You're gonna see another one right here. I think this was this is it right here. This is one of them. Boom. Same concept. They kept doing this all day. They got intercepted on one of them because the Eagles were ready for that one. But you're gonna see they keep doing it. Like every opportunity he gets to like throw a clear, unabated pass, the ones he was completing were late drags. He just kept doing it. I'll put this play in here because this is what we want to see out of Micah. You see Nolan Smith on this play, man? Smack. We don't see that. You know what I mean? You gotta attack these blocks. Bang. There was nowhere to go. You know what I mean? Because they setting the edges like sick, evil people, man. You gotta set the edge like you mean that shit. We weren't doing it, man. Let's see what we got going on here. Boom. Boom. I've seen all this already. But you just see how the defensive line is just destroying KC without no problem at all. No problem. No pass rush moves either. They're just running through people. They're just moving these guys. Those are all bull rushes. How you bull rush the whole fucking team? All right, this might be one. There's that motion. All right, I just told you about the motion and the late drag. Watch this. Motion. Who's dragging? There go the drag right there. Boom. Interception on the same look over and over again. Look. That's the same look I just showed you. Boom, motion to get the safety to commit. Safety committed outside. You got to clear Vaughn. He cleared him, but obviously Mahomes got hit on that play, so he couldn't throw it with full go. But look, boom, same concept over and over again. So KC saw what I saw. That's why I said, like, yo, for them to run the same exact scheme that I said they would have to run in order to be successful against the Eagles, I'm giving myself credit on that one. Here we go. There's that motion. Commit the safety. So you see Blankenship's committed. There's that late drag under here. Boom. See that? Boom. Over and over again. That's all you see when they were successful. That's how they were identifying who would be what that safety was really doing. Like if that safety locks, you see how he locked in? Off the snap. If he sinks, he's either robbing or he's playing man. And if so, that linebacker is going to float. And that linebacker floats up, you get that late drag. But later, Watkins, I think what the fuck is his name? Is his name Watkins? What the fuck is his name? I don't remember, man. But he dropped the ball on one of these. I think it's like in the end of the first half. He dropped one of those. But that's what was open for him, and that's what they were looking for all day. They just didn't have time to take advantage of the Eagles' gaps. They didn't have no time to do it. And then when they did complete these, it was like, even though they were perfect, there goes a late drag again. They were just running late drag ISOs with everybody. See, look, boom. Now here's Kelsey doing it. See, late drag. Boom. Same concept over and over again, over and over again. It was working. It was working. It's just that they didn't have time. They didn't have Hopkins, not Watson. It's Hopkins. That's it. I knew it wasn't right. There go another one, right? So these little drag routes, they were trying to get underneath, high low those linebackers, but get underneath them. But they kept running that same scheme over and over and over again, over and over and over again. And I'm just a guy in this motherfucking in the studio doing this thing on his own. You know what I mean? But to pull that out is crazy. Here we go to motion, identify what that safety's doing, the safety locked. Boom. No drag on this one. This was just a crazy ass play from Mahomes. I was like, that was wild. That was a wild touchdown right there, man. I give him credit on this. Like, God damn. He running for his life out of bounds. Threw it backwards. Fucking crazy. That was crazy, man. That was crazy as shit. Boom. No drag on this one. Boom. Yeah, he gets killed on that one, though. They smacked the shit out of his head. But long story short, I'm working on a film on this one, but I just wanted to put that in there. I got this just the raw footage. I ain't do no edits on it or nothing. Yeah. Let me see. D-Hop, yeah. He said, AKOYE, what a relief to see football analysis instead of whining and crying from the clickbaiting. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't watch nobody, so I don't know who clickbaiting or not. He said, can we please get better strength and conditioning? Hell yeah, everybody hurt on this team. You better. He said, Rico RB2 as RB2. You right, Angie. You got a point. Angie look happy. You got to change that one. Everybody, I thought all the Cowboys fans was pissed off, Angie. You seem all happy. Praise Jah, Ashe, Heka, Amen, Rahu, Tep, Moor, Nation, Grand Rising, Karma, rest in peace. God damn. Tom Lamore, I see you. You about to sell me my birthrights again, ain't you? I mean, Rico went from 1,000 yards with that sorry. He went for 1,000 yards with that sorry run scheme. Yeah, Rico could do some damage. I would keep Rico, Angie, 100%. I would keep him, but I don't think he's durable. But I would keep him. I think Rico can give you. He said, text on my phone. Hold on. Sadiq must have sent me a text. Let me see what you sent. Sadiq, AKOYE, can you please make Angie a mod? 100%. Yes, I can. Hold on. Yeah, 100%. Let's go. Do you want to stop tomorrow after 12? Yes, I do. Boom. All right. Cool. Judah's Redemption. You need to interview Micah and tell him exactly that. Yeah, Micah ain't gonna interview me, a nigga. I seen him in traffic one time. I seen him in traffic last year. At some point, I jumped out the car on him. He looked like somebody was about to kill him. That nigga was mad as shit. He looked like somebody trying to get him. I'm like, nah, I ain't even know that time. I can't do it from here, but I will do it. I got you, Sid. No problem. I'll do it. Boom. Let me see what else we got in the chat. They offensive line getting their ass whooped. All right, let's see what other questions we got in here. Who else got some shit for me? Yeah, hold on. Willie T said, facts, put Mike at defensive end is not a smart move him around. Yep, I agree. All right, y'all stopping with the questions. Hit me with some questions, man. Y'all hit me with no questions. I can't say shit. AKOYE, my text, please. I texted you. I got that. My glasses is upstairs, my lady. I know we love Overshine, but I don't know that Morris is that far off. Doesn't flash same because of difference in athletic ability, but game is there. I think you got to watch Morris's film. When you watch Morris's film, you'll agree with what I was looking at. I don't think Morris had a bad year at all. I think he had a great year. I think him being a rookie and Demo just being the guy that was like better, obviously, got him less reps. But I think Morris, if you'd have had the reps that he was looking for, if you'd have gave him the reps that he deserved, Morris will kill you. He'll fuck you up. Real, that's facts. He'll fuck you up. He'll fuck you up. Let me see what else we got. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate y'all sending that bread. Definitely gonna love that. Might be able to take my lady to we going to Sizzler. Yeah, I mean, off y'all down. You know what I mean? Maybe. AKOYE, what part of the coaching staff do you believe will see the biggest results this season? That's a good question. That's a good question, but weird question, because obviously the obvious answer is the head coach in Schottenheimer. He gonna get all the credit for whatever happens, and he's gonna get all of the the hate for whatever happens. So I would say for sure, you got to look at it from a Shotty standpoint. Like Shotty's definitely going to get the majority of the credit and be impactful. But outside of Shotty, I think the biggest thing that needed a jump this year that wasn't getting the type of attention it should have got was offensive line. I think that Scolari's cool, right? I like Scolari, but having Scolari here, I think he was a dinosaur. You know what I mean? He knows a lot about football, but he's not new age. He was just straight up, we're going to line up. Remember the Titans, we're going to run at your face. And that's that. And we need a little bit more skullduggery here. And I think having Clayton Adams here is going to be the thing that you notice the most. Yeah. He going to notice that the most. Angry because I have a headache. You got a headache, Sadika? Hey, y'all crazy with it. Y'all be in here going in the chats, man. Y'all gotta relax. Relax. Hold up. Oh, y'all talking about Rico. That's what y'all angry about. Everybody, everybody, he ain't everybody cup of tea. I get that. I have no confidence Eberflus will use Parsons creatively. AKOYE, or is that the question? I think he will use them creatively. I think that's the film I just showed you. Of course, you can't name a playmaker on the Chicago's defense that's anywhere near the talent level on the front seven of a Micah Parsons. And I think their front seven look pretty good. So I think they're going to have an impact for sure. That's 100% for sure. They're going to have an impact. And I think Micah Parsons will be used correctly, in my opinion. I don't think they're going to forget. I don't think Eberflus is going to come in here and forget that he has a Micah Parsons on his team that he can do so many things with. There's no coordinator who's going to come in and watch the film and say that I don't know how to use a Micah Parsons. That would be, I don't know. I just think that would be slow. Yeah, that would be slow. King Reezy. I thought you wrote out Reezy. Hold up. I just feel we can keep 1,000-yard rushers as RB2. That would be what's up. I agree. Yeah, if Rico's your RB2, you got yourself a deal. You looking good. All right, let me see what else we got going on here. Questions, super chats and questions. That's what I'm still here for. So throw your questions up, and I got you. But ask them, ask away, because I'm still here. We've been up here an hour and a half. Don't give me an excuse to go to hell upstairs and get up out of here, because I got shit to do, and me and my lady got shit to do. So I gotta get the fuck up out of here. Let me know. We need a run scheme. Yeah, I mean, that's what you brought. That's what I said. We're going to bring Adam Clayton. I mean, Clayton Adams in here for. I think he's going to install a run game and a different ground game that we can live with. If you want to look at a little bit of what he did to us, go back to the film that I did when we played the Cardinals the year before last. The year before this one, so last year, 2023. We played the Cardinals when LV was still on the field, and they ran through us when we didn't have any linebackers out there. James Conner looked crazy against us. That's what I think Clayton Adams is definitely going to bring to the game. Like, that's what he is. Clayton Adams is going to give us that type of look, and it's going to pay off for us 100%. 100%. What up? Boom. All right, I got something to do tomorrow. I just read that text. Boom. Oh, his name is Angry. I didn't know what y'all was saying when y'all kept saying Angry. The angry Cowboy fans y'all talking about. Got you. Do you see Deuce having more of an impact that now that Connor Riley's a part of the coaching staff. I said this earlier and I say it again. 100%. If you have somebody on the staff that knows how to use some of the gadget guys that you have, and you got a Cooper BB here as well, and you got a guy that knows them very well, and they credit him for their success over there in Kansas State, I think that's a genius move. Bringing in guys who know your guys and who can tell you how to get the most out of them. 100%. That's definitely going to have an effect. Appreciate you, King Reezy. What outside free agent would you sign immediately? I don't know who's free. I don't know who out there though, so I couldn't say. But I could tell you position wise. Definitely would go after another bona fide defensive end. So Myles Garrett ain't a free agent, but that's who I would want. But I would go after a bona fide pass rusher, even if you get one that's a little long in the tooth. That's on 1 year hopper, cool. So that Slam Williams doesn't have to carry the full load coming back off that injury. I would go with that. You also got I would say linebacker. So linebacker, I would go after a linebacker or a defensive end. Outside of that, it would all be offensive. If there's any wide receivers, like I think Higgins, they say was out there, but any wide receivers out there that can be a true number two, you go get you one or you draft one, either or. Offensive line wise, you might need one more veteran on the O line. Maybe go get you a veteran center if there's a free one there, and then you can move BB over to guard if you wanted to, and let TJ Platt, Bass, and BB be your guards. You wanted to do something like that, I'll be all for it. But I think you're going to get way more out this offensive line with Clayton Adams here. So I can't say offensive line you go out there in free agency. I don't know what receivers are there that could be a true number two, but maybe a receiver. You don't need tight ends. So, yeah, it's either you go get you a free agent linebacker from Chicago if there's one there that you can bring in that can teach Eberflus's defense, or you get one that's so talented like a Frankie Luvo. He's not a free agent, but I'm saying you get one that's that talented that can come in and play linebacker for you. Cool. Or you go get you a defensive end. We don't really need anything in the secondary, I don't think, like full-fledged, unless you have somebody there that's free, that's crazy with it. But I think you got so much money that's going to be committed to that secondary in the next couple of years. When you look at, you already got Diggs under contract, you're going to have to sign Bland eventually. And you got guys like J-Lu you got to sign this year. I think you go with the secondary you already got, pay those guys, pay J-Lu rather than bring in. I would look at J-Lu as a free agent signing in the secondary. I think he's more important than bringing in a new guy, in my opinion. So defensive end or linebacker, man, that's it. I say linebacker more importantly because one, that person being able to, if he's from Chicago, being able to teach this defense to the rest of these guys, and two, you got a guy in Demo that's down. And you need more depth at that position. So linebacker and defensive end. That's where I would go with it. Even if we become balanced as an offense and play great defense, I think keeping the Joneses from interfering in everyday plans is the priority. I think if you build a situation, right, the right situation where you got the team built the way it's supposed to be built, and then you guys are able to get far enough in the season, get good enough in the season where you got yourself some fanfare, and then and get into the playoffs. I think a coach in the playoffs, if we just get to the playoffs, you lose as a coach, losing the playoffs the way you feel like losing. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, do what the fuck you want to do. That's just the way I think. I would rather ask for forgiveness than permission any day. And I probably get myself in trouble just talking because I say shit before I think, or I might just do shit that I want to do before I think about it. And then like, hey, oh well, that's how shit gets done, and that's how things get made. Like you can't get very far unless you're willing to take a couple risks and break some eggs. If you ain't gonna do that, you're not gonna be very good. That's real shit. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. That's real shit. So I can't say that, the Joneses are going to be able to get in the way of that, because if you got the right mentality, if you have a Parcells mentality, you just going to do what the fuck you need to do. You're going to do what you need to do. Pat 1984, nice profile, bro. Real shit. I had one of the, well, no, not that one though. I had a Ram truck that was blacked out, murdered out like that though. So you know what I mean? That was on point. That's on point. On point. Y'all be killing. I can't ever see y'all profile pics when I'm usually doing this because I'm like, I don't know, I'll never blow it up this big, but I can see all y'all shit, everything y'all doing. She just got the Dallas Star here, but I be looking at all y'all shit. Y'all be having some shit going on here. So I give y'all credit where credit is due. Yep. He could have revived Zeke's career. Oh, he talking about Clayton Adams, maybe. Yep. He said they have to sign Bland. They do. Yeah, he does run a lot of counter. True that. They think they are the smartest guys in the room. Yeah, the Joneses. Facts. Yep. Any more questions, folks? Any more questions? Hit me up. Let me know before I get up out of here. Okoye, do you believe this version of cheap from the Joneses will garner better overall results? What version of cheap? I don't know. You gotta give me some context. This version meaning cheap and not going and grab big players. Will it get better overall results? We got better overall at drafts, and I think you have to be a good drafting team. We are that. But now that you are a great drafting team, you got to get better at free agent acquisition too. It's all about life about balance. It's about give and take, not just take. So I think you got to be a better balanced team, and they're not balanced when it comes to their acquisition. That's their problem. So yeah, you definitely you got to do that. You got to do that. You know what I'm saying? You got to do that. Debo, fourth man all day. I'd take that. Yeah, yeah, okay. He said that's the F-250. Yeah, I had mine was a Ram. As a Ram, I crashed that jump, but mine was a Ram. Yep. Murdered out. It was all blacked out. All right, going once, going twice. I need a question from the chat. Hurry up before I get up out of here. Do you believe Bland is an outside corner? He's actually thrived on the inside. Um, he an outside corner though. Like the year that he got the 6 pick sixes, that was from the outside. He got five pick sixes. He broke a record from the outside. He is so I don't think you could say he thrived only on the outside. He thrived playing corner, but he can play inside and out. You know what I mean? I would say if J. Lou left and you went and got you a bona fide corner in the first round or something that's just like crazy lockdown, yeah, then you could say, hey, we're gonna put Bland back in the nickel and to just be unbeatable. Yeah, I agree. Peace out. Peace out. See you soon. Think we can catch Philly next season, bro? Yeah, I mean, we always match up against Philly very well. And like I said, nobody thought Philly was going to the Super Bowl this year. I didn't. So, yeah, we can definitely match Philly next year, but it got to be realistic. Give them the credit that they're due. Say that they're a good team, which they are. Say that they're put together well, which they are, right? And make that your litmus test. Saying, no, you're not just trying to beat Philly. You're trying to be better than them in every way. Because if they're the litmus test for what the best team in the league is right now, right? And you already know how we match up against them usually. That tells you what ballpark we're in. But we got to get better. So can we match them next year? Yes. Will we? Different story. Different story. Because that's all going to come down to what Jerry Jones and them decide to do with their front office. And I'm not sure. Okoye, with all the new coaches, what does this mean for Lupke? Lupke is going to be fine because he still got Shotty here, and Shotty likes fullbacks. Shotty like to run the ball, so Shotty going to use it. Bro, them Rams tough too. I had one. It was a Ram 15 Larmy, but I like Ram 2500 Mega Cab. Yeah, it was. I think mine was a 1500 too. I ain't had the supercharged engine and none of that. Yeah, it was all right though. All right. Any more questions? Going once, going twice. You said you always took me as a Prius. Now you disrespecting me, bro. I would never drive no fucking Prius, bro. I wouldn't. I would pour gasoline on a wildfire before I drive one of them Jones. I like fuck saving the wildfires and shit. I couldn't drive one of them Jones. I can't do it. I like either trucks or like just nice ass foreigns, you know what I mean? Or I'll take a nice American too. I'll take a nice Chevy, anything. I like Chevy a lot, but damn sure ain't riding no fucking Prius. Akoye, go and enjoy dinner. Yeah, I'm about to. My lady probably upstairs, like, hurry the fuck up anyway. So I'll get off here. She gets upset when I stay on here for 2 hours, man. Excited to see this year's the Quinn Osborne in the draft, Akoye. Dan, you remember me, man? You remember that? That was my guy, man. I've been doing this shit for a minute because don't nobody remember the Quentin Osborne, man. Osborne, I don't know what he said. He must have came in the building and said the wrong thing to Jerry or one of them, but they fucked him over quick. And he was gonna be good. They got him out of here. They got him out of here quick. That let you know Iceberg Cube been watching me for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody remember that. That was crazy. I don't even know if that film's still out there, but he was one of my guys. That was my pet cat. I'm about to so I gotta go do, something for a hacker. I forgot what you asked me to do. He asked me to do something with his Patreon, but I gotta go do some shit for this hacker. And he gonna give me all the college footage. Once I get all the college footage, I'll start putting that shit up. But I ain't got the footage yet. I gotta go bust a trap real quick for a fucking hacker. He asked me to do some shit. I don't remember what it was though, but I'll get it done. But yeah, I'm out of here. I'm about to it's all love, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Wanted to get on here and just give my thoughts about the Super Bowl. I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you missed it, rewatch it. But I'm out. All right. Talk to y'all soon. Appreciate all the super chats and all the love. Talk to y'all soon, man. Peace.